Hello, and welcome back to the extended reading for Virgo season. So, we were previously speaking of how it's, it's unbalanced to, in a sense, lift up those who are not willing to do the work. Because ultimately, the truth, the reality of the situation, the truth of the matter is that that process is acting as a means of like draining your own individual life essence, your life force, the essence, the nutrients, all of that stuff that is actually needed to put into your crop or the manifestations that you're trying to develop, those types of things. It's like it's trying to do that is pulling the energy away from there, away from where you should be investing it, and into, well, perhaps others that just don't want to. They want the easy, it's like they're wanting to have the easy way out. So what I'm seeing here, and just continuing along the lines with the first half of the reading. So in this justice card has a very interesting story to it. It actually requires a bit of flexibility. There's something in this card to me that signifies that in order to receive the justice that you are looking for, what is required is a bit of flexibility on your part to receive what you know is owed to you. And part of that is coming to the realization that that dynamic in which others are kind of asking you to pull them up, to get them to your level, to for them to like essentially, it's coming through as like riding your coattails, things along that nature, like putting them in a similar position as you, all of that stuff. um what the justice energy is telling us as a collective is that that action is actually, it's imbalanced, because she's holding this scale here, and the, I don't even know what those things are called, but each of the vessels are on, they're on different levels. And so because of that, there it creates an imbalance in which one of those parties, if they were to be on the same level, in which one of those parties basically is acting as like a siphoner, like siphoning off the energy, because in order to even stay at that level, they would need to have more energy to exist in that space. However, the ones that are the viewers, the ones that are listening to this message here, have already done what they needed to do to clear out their energetics, if you will, and create an open channel so they can actually hold the energy to keep that position of that level, of that vibration. Something, it's a vibration, and even as I was referring to both of these being vessels, it's like the ones that are lower, on lower levels, it's like they are also vessels as well, but the fact that they're wanting a leg up, something along those lines, is preventing them from actually doing what they need to do in order to get them to the position that they are desiring. And it's almost like it's that sense that is actually making them feel as though they're unworthy of like receiving their own justice. It's kind of like, you know, putting in the work gives you an appreciation of what you have done to get yourself to that point. And because of that, it's like now you know that you've essentially established yourself as a valuable it's coming through as like a valuable member of society. Okay, I think that's it for that. All right, so it's like you're like defending off the parasites, right? And you're trying to defend them off and it's like you're keeping your channel clear of things that are essentially wanting to like ride your coattails. Okay, so there is a spot here during Virgo season where we as a collective are we're needing assistance, um because it's like it's a lot of energy that we're trying those that are on the ascending path are trying to keep at bay, and it is working to an extent. There's a lot of things like that we're having to leave behind, which, you know, I kind of want to talk about them as like appeasing other people's wants and needs to get them to a place that you have already achieved for yourself, that type of stuff. But you know, it's going to get to a point in time. Sorry, my foot is itching so badly. there is going to get there is going to be a point in time during Virgo season where we are needing assistance. We're needing assistance of well, actually of this spring. It's like there's a the Virgo energy, the constellation is like it's raining down this assistance. It was coming through as like abundance, but what it's referring to is like it's like the constellation in the sky can see what is happening. There's a overview, there's a full picture, and they can see what is happening, and so they can see that assistance is required, because it doesn't feel like the collective is asking for it. It feels like it's just being given, and that assistance here is showing up as the fawn. You know, I'm actually not really receiving any information about fawn. It's coming through as a doe. And when this card initially came out, I was seeing, you see all these like lines in the background. It feels very spiritual, like a divine and spiritual protector, if you will. Um, and what it came out as is like, hopefully you all have seen this. Harry Potter. And Harry Potter, there are, I don't even know what they are, but they're called patronuses, and they act as like as protectors against the forces that literally suck life force. And those forces, they call them the Demeters, Demeter. I feel like that sounds very familiar. There's a lot of goddess energy coming in here. Isn't that a goddess in like classical Greek mythology, Demeter? I don't know. Okay. So, anyways, what this is referring to is that there is a scene actually. I can't remember which one it is. I know this is in Harry Potter. It's later down the road, like in the tail end of the storyline, where Harry is trying to find. He's actually trying to find the sword of Gryffindor. It's like this sword. Remember that sword, that new truth, that new type of mindset. It's like, so he's actually trying to find that, and another character sends in this Patronus to lead him to that spot. So there's going to be assistance from, it's coming from Virgo. There's going to be assistance coming from the energy of Virgo that is going to help lead us into this next phase where we're going to be finding that sword. And it's also acting as like a protection. It's like when those Patronuses come in, they kind of actually like they kind of attack in a sense. And that's what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Swords. I'm seeing, well, one, I'm seeing this Patronus being sent in, but I'm also seeing it's coming through as like arrows that are attacking. It's not really attack. It's like a defense. They're defending you against this death energy. And this is coming through as though, as like that life draining, life sucking Demeter. It's like even in the movies, I think it's like they would come up on the characters and they would literally suck the energy like right out of their like being. It's like they're sucking the essence, the life force away from them. And that's what these parasites are doing. It's like they're sucking your like life force, the energy that is actually needed to fuel the next harvest. And there are beings. There is a being that is watching over this process and wanting to, it's like they're acting on behalf of humanity. They're acting on behalf of humanity and sending in this dough. It's like even with all of these different wands here, it's like they're sending, it's like it's coming through as like multiples. So there are many people that are experiencing this. That message keeps coming through most recently, that don't ever feel like you're alone in this situation, that there are many people that are experiencing this. And it's like this dough is being sent into a variety of different areas in people's lives and putting a stop to this death, to the life draining energy that is preventing the harvest from coming to its fullest manifestation. It's like there, whatever this is, this parasite, whatever that is, it's coming through as it's causing it's like a premature death process. And that energy is needing to be like held back. It's like even with this plant here, if there were to be like parasites that are coming in to this space on this plant, it's causing the fruit to go through a premature death process because they're like eating everything up. They're destroying the leaves that are soaking up the sunlight. It's like the root system is being abolished. It's like it can't even suck up nutrients from the roots because things, it's a lot. It's a lot. And there's a lot that you are doing to protect this, to protect your harvest. And it's like there, that energy of the spring, it can see this. It can see that you are putting in effort to protect this, and it is also wanting to add, assistance. They want to bring assistance, because the more energy that you put into protecting your crop, the less you can actually put into giving it nutrients. I hope that makes sense. It's like wanting to reestablish how resources are being managed, which is actually kind of like the seven. That's a seven of an idea of the Seven of Pentacles. So they're helping to reestablish how resources are being managed by, one, adding a lot of nutrients to the situation, and also acting as a protective mechanism that will keep parasites at bay. Okay. So it's like they can feel this energy, can feel how, seeing this one, do you see here? There's another one here. It's like this energy can feel how overwhelmed this can be a very overwhelming experience. Hang on, there's something here. Okay, because these are 6 wands, right? And you're here at the precipice waiting. You have 3 wands. So, 6 plus 3, that's 9. It's like giving me imagery of the 9 of wands, which talks about defending, like the last frontier type of thing. Defending, you're getting to a place in Virgo season where it's exhausting. It's exhausting trying to defend this position. And when we think about what's next after the 9 of swords, is actually the not the 9 of swords, the 9 of wands. It's actually the 10 of wands, which talks about letting go of that burden. But I'm not seeing the 9 of wands. I mean, I am, like, when I put the pieces together, I am seeing that, but it's not presenting itself as something that wants to be let go of. It's actually presenting as there's an energy that wants you to keep waiting. It's coming. It's like it's just around the corner. It's just after Virgo season, that even perhaps like in Libra season, where this is going to finally show itself. And if you were to be experiencing the overwhelm of having to defend this, you might be more inclined to just let it go. Like this 7 of swords, you might just be like, fuck it, whatever. Like I'll just let it go. Like it's already overridden with parasites. There's no coming back from it, and just let it go. But there's a lot of energy here that does not want that to happen, because it's rightfully due to you. It's like it's owed to you. You deserve it. You are worthy of receiving justice. And so it's like they're coming in to assist with the management of resources. And even in that, there's a feeling in the collective that it's almost like not feeling worthy of divine assistance. And there's a message here of that, kind of like, whether or not you feel worthy of it, that it's going to be coming anyways. It's going to be coming anyways, regardless of how you feel about the situation. But there is an opening here that is happening. There's a there is, once this element is seen, that assistance is coming regardless of whether you ask for it, feel like you're worthy of it, or even, like, think that it's even necessary. Like, you might even be, of course this is happening for the collective, but it's also happening for the individual. So it's like you might even feel like you could do it alone, like you could do it independently. But it's like, once this element comes in, once this Patronus comes in and helps to defeat the Dementor, there's an opening here that happens. It's being characterized as the Lovers, and what I'm seeing here is that it's like there's an expression of this expression of love that you are experiencing through this fawn energy is, it's opening up our ability as a collective and individually to accept this as something that that we need and that we desire in our lives. So there's a real, like, sense of, like, when the going gets really tough, to just keep focused on kind of like the horizon, because this that's where this opening occurs. And it's like we're able to receive. It's coming through as a very receptive energy. We're able to receive what is rightfully, like, owed to us. Like, it's been due for a long time. And there's a sense that we've been waiting very patiently for this arrival. And it's just in the last bit of being patient that it starts to get tough. But it's like, always remember that like, any type of, I guess, like, parasitic energy that is coming here in the season of Virgo, it's like, just remember to not, like, don't allow it. Do not, like, the spring energy, the spring and the justice and all of this is really wanting to remind us of our personal sovereignty. I feel like that's a lot of Virgo energy too. It's wanting to remind us of our personal sovereignty and our ability to be able to claim the space that is rightfully ours, and not allowing other people to encroach or impose their own thought process, opinions, judgments, whatever, a myriad of things that other people want to bring to us. It's like that you have that ability to be able to defend your position. And also, it's rightful, like, this is, don't feel guilty about it either. Don't feel guilty about it, and don't feel like guilty about not allowing them in, not allowing parasites in, because they don't belong. Like I mean, they don't belong where you are. And so it's like at the end of this Virgo season, you're going to find yourself in a space where you're opening up to the things that are due to you. And it's like at the end of the reading, the Empress here is being presented as taking space, taking the space that is yours. It's talking about sovereignty, it's talking about receiving, it's even talking about finally being able to pick the fruit from your crop, finally being able to harvest all of the things that you know are yours. It's like the wait is over, and also the weight that you have to defending this position. You know, it's a major arcana, so it's like this is coming through as like the final position, not the final, you know, of course we do always continue to evolve, but this is a really big position to have. And so it's referring to like the wait is over, and also having the need to defend this space, at least for this moment in time, is that doesn't, it's like you can finally sit down and rest. And what's really gorgeous here is the Empress, just as the Justice card usually in traditional tarot typically represent Libra. It's a very feminine energy. And so it seems like we might be on a pretty wild ride for Virgo season. But in the end of it all, it's like once Libra starts to come in, once Libra season starts to come in, we're going to finally be able to reap the rewards of all of the hard work that we've put into, you know, our lives, our projects, our manifestations, the things that we wanted to create for ourselves. All of that, everything that encompasses, is like finally being able to receive the fruits of our labor. It's so gorgeous. All right. Well, enjoy this Virgo season. And to help navigate Virgo season to the best of our abilities as we are all ascending, um, follow. I've started a new project where I'm following the moon cycle within each season, and it's like as the moon transitions through all the signs, there's a lot of advice and guidance that is being given to us so that we can more easily navigate the situations and the obstacles that are presented in front of us. So definitely stay tuned to the channel, and you'll see when all of those readings are uploaded, and we can all get to this top position and finally be able to get all the things that we know we rightfully deserve. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.